Hi, I'm Ian.
Hi, I'm Ananya.
Hello, I'm Greg. This is our handheld personal health assistant, and I will be discussing the context of it. This is primarily made for developing and poor countries where there's very limited internet access and where where there are very few doctors per capita. And this essentially serves to both diagnose various diseases common in third world countries and to provide appropriate medication if necessary. So in areas where there's few doctors and low internet access, it can be hard to diagnose common diseases, and this serves that purpose. And it's made to have a strong, robust design so it can withstand harsh conditions, possibly even being airdropped, and the final designs will be waterproof as well.
Okay, so I will be talking about the case design. We have a hole at the top that's covered by a slightly larger diameter circle so that the pills don't fall out. The servo rotates 90 degrees to open the circular hole design, and that's when we can empty out the pills. We have a hole at the bottom so that the LCD can be seen pretty clearly, since the acrylic might cover it a bit. We have a hole right here so that our buttons can come out, and we can press our yes or no inputs. If we look at the back, we have the instructions on how to use it. So it just shows which button does what and basically what we need to press. How I made this case was I cut out a puzzle piece design that fit into the notches, and then we just hot glued it so that it would be more robust and sturdy.
Okay, I'm going to show you a demonstration of our device now. So when the device starts up for the first time, depending on this temperature sensor here, which will sense the ambient temperature, if the ambient temperature is over a threshold, then it'll display a warning message at the start. For purposes of demonstration, we've lowered the threshold so that it displays the message no matter what. So as you can see, it displays the current temperature. And then if you hit a button to continue, it will play a little sound and say, beware of heat stroke. And so this might tell people who are in very hot conditions to drink water and just to be wary of heat stroke. If you hit another button, then it goes to the main, like part of the program. So here it says, hello, push any button to continue. If you push a button, it'll ask you the first question. So do you have a fever? I'm gonna say yes. Is your fever between 36 and 39 degrees Celsius? You say yes to that. Have you had the fever for weeks? I'm gonna say yes. And here we see the device is giving me a diagnosis of mononucleosis. And if I press another button, it will dispense a pill. So as we can see, the top latch is opened and the servo motor is rotated so that I can now pour out a pill. Like that. And then if I press the button again, the latch closes and it plays a little noise. And here we have a helpful message to contact a doctor for more info. So if I press again, it'll take me back to the main screen. So I'm just gonna run through a few of the other scenarios now. So, yes to fever. So I'm gonna say I have a fever that's above 39 degrees Celsius. And I'll say I'm confused and hot without sweating. Okay, so our device now says that I may have heat stroke, and if I press another button, it says emergency, go to the ER, and it plays a troubling musical melody so that whoever's using it knows that they may have a serious condition. Let's see what happens if I keep hitting no. So if you keep hitting no, or if the device can't figure out what you have, then it'll play like a sad musical melody, and it'll display the message, I don't know, talk to a doctor. I'm gonna go through one more case. I'm gonna say yes to skin stays up when pinched. I may be dehydrated. And it just tells me to find clean water to drink, which is pretty much one of the only good cures for dehydration. and we programmed a lot of different diagnoses into it, and it's all handled through, it's basically handled through two big switch statements in the code. One switch statement which decides what to print to the LCD, and one switch statement that decides how to change what's being printed according to what button is being pressed. So that way we can kind of create this like hierarchy of choices, and we're able to make an accurate diagnosis. Yeah, the piezo has been programmed to make certain noises for different cases. And yeah, that's about it.